The purpose of emotional intelligence is to being cognizant of the strengths and weaknesses that you bring to this organization. And by being aware of that, you can really maximize your ability to be successful. One of the biggest problems for staff and for sheriffs in general is when there is this disconnect, there's a failure of communications, unmet expectations. Being emotionally aware of what your strengths and weaknesses are provides you the opportunity, again, to maximize what staff's doing and to maximize what you're doing, and reducing frustration and rework. And ultimately, that's about efficiency as well, too. So at the end of the day, you hopefully are improving morale and you're improving the way you conduct your business. I think first and foremost, you need to be aware. And part of coaching and learning that is being self-aware of what your strengths and weaknesses are. The analogy is like boxing. Every boxer thinks they're a puncher. Every puncher starts thinking they're a boxer. The reality is you have to know what you're good at and work on your strengths. Now, people will tell you work on your weaknesses. I'll say work on your strengths because that's what brought you to the dance. The reality of it is when you're sitting out and talking to an individual out in the field or a citizen, whatever the situation may be, and you think you're talking about one thing and they think you're talking about another, you have the real possibility for heightened tension and confrontation. Being emotionally aware and being cognizant of what this person's motivations are allows you to be successful. It allows you to manage that communication much better. We know that the majority of our communication nowadays appears to be through the social media context, but yet we also know many things are lost in translation when we deal with the written word as opposed to the spoken word. Social media allows us to somewhat bridge that gap by using videos and things of that nature so that we can inculcate facial movements, expressions into our electronic communication. That's a big advancement from just an email type standpoint. So there are a lot of opportunities, whether it's Vine, Snapchat, things of that nature, to get across our message and being emotionally cognizant of what the public is receiving from us. From an emotional intelligence standpoint, being unaware of your strengths and weaknesses really sets you up for failure. Being aware of those things, being cognizant of them, allows you the opportunity to be successful.